Hey guys, so one of my first tips for credit cards is number one, pay off your balance. Now, a lot of people don't realize this, but some people actually believe that carrying a balance on your card is good. But do you realize that every time you carry a balance on your card, that you're going to be paying off the little interest that your creditor makes money off of? By paying off your balance, you pay exactly what you owe back and nothing more. Pretty simple, right? So tip number two is to always negotiate for lower interest rates. You can actually get your interest rate lower on your credit card. So when you usually get your credit card in the mail, you usually get a little piece of paper that says 9% to 24%. And then when you actually go online and check your bank statements online and you realize that your credit card is actually being charged for 23.99% of everything. It means that if you carry a balance and then you don't pay off the full amount on your credit card, what's going to happen is the bank's going to charge, or your creditor is going to charge you exactly the percentage that you start with. 24% usually. Now remember, they're only going to charge you interest if you carry a balance that's over the billing cycle. So if you're past the usual about 21 days, then you're going to pay the interest of what it is on the remaining balance. I say tip number three is to ask for an increase of credit. So sometimes you'll realize you have more credit to use. And that's a good thing as well. Of course, I would advise if you kind of spend a lot of money and maybe it's tempting for you to spend more because you have more, to not do that, because in the long run it might affect you, knowing that your decisions are to spend more rather than to use only what you need. So again, I would advise that it's good to have more credit. You know, you can use it when you need to, but you just have that control of not spending much money. It's good just to have that just in case. So tip number four is I would recommend you just read about your benefits of your card. Now, a lot of cards are different depending on what they provide for benefits, but there's so much money you can save. So there's a lot of credit cards out there that if you, let's just say for instance, you want to rent out a car, and usually if you go to a rental car place, they're going to ask you for, would you like additional insurance? Now, read up on the things that your credit card could provide you, that if you pay with your credit card, they may offer some sort of insurance with it. Now, I'm not saying 100%, but there's some things that your credit card can cover. Tip number five is to find which card you'll use and maximize on it. So you'll find a lot of credit cards out there, and a lot of credit cards now are not only issued by the bank, but also by department stores or anywhere you shop, or even online. They'll have their own specific credit card. They do give you a lot of benefits if you keep using their card, and I would say go for it. Go for it, and you know, if you're gonna maximize it every day, if you're gonna buy your groceries, get gas, get food, all the basic things that you're gonna use, why not? Because what you're doing is you're gonna be using that card all the time, and you're just gonna build the rewards on top of it. As long as you pay it off, you're just gonna build it off. The sixth thing I would say for everybody, always just strongly use credit as long as you can pay off the balance. That when I see people pay with debit cards, I'm like, ugh, they're missing out on the rewards and just all that. Like, because if you already have the money in your debit card, you can just put it in your credit card, get the rewards, get the money from your checking account and pay off that credit card, and you get the rewards from it. Hey, so if there's anything that I missed, please let me know that I didn't cover so that everyone else can benefit off of your advice. I'm always open just to hear different opinions about how people use credit cards or just anything or any financial advices. So please let me know what are some things that you thought of about credit cards that helped you in the past, present, or possibly in the near future. Thanks.